Grayci McEntee, I'm 5.
I'm April McEntee.
Grayci certainly has a special place in my heart. She comes by, every Christmas, and she brings me a little container of cookies and a card, and it's so nice to visit with her and her family. It's one of those things that just kind of chokes you up a little bit.
What do you say to somebody that saved your child's life? Like, how do you thank them? We had no idea going into her birth that there was anything going on. And so when she was born, she wasn't hardly breathing. She was kind of squeaking, basically.
Grayci was born, and they were having problems with her breathing, and they were unable to get a breathing tube in, which is a really critical situation. If you can't secure that airway, things can go bad very, very quickly. What the problem was is that she had an obstruction just below the vocal cords, and the obstruction was as such that a endotracheal tube cannot be passed. And I had to act fairly urgently and perform what's called an emergent tracheostomy right there in the neonatal ICU. But we had a great team there, and we were able to secure the airway and get a breathing tube in and save Grayci's life.
Had he not been here, we would have a very different outcome. There was nobody that could have done what he did here. Very grateful.
The Group Health Center is really a unique center in the country, and it has the ability to facilitate things that you can't actually do other places, and they certainly were very successful in doing that. When I started here at the group, they were very successful in raising a large amount of capital in order to put into the ENT suite. And as a result, we really do have one of the most technically advanced ENT suites in the country. And because of that, we're able to do a broad spectrum of things and offer a broad spectrum of both diagnostic and treatment services.
So as a general ENT, we use a common equipment that everyone actually uses. But when it comes to very specialized services we provide here, for myself, in addition to Dr. McMonaco, we are actually using very specialized equipment. And without those equipment, we won't be able to actually do these kind of very specialized services that nobody actually provides in Sault Ste. Marie or in Northern Ontario.
Before I started here, certainly there was a specialist that came in, a couple times a month, but for the vast majority of problems, a lot of people had to travel far distances to get service. So after we were able to set up an ENT, a full-time ENT service here, we were suddenly able to, offer those services here in the community, which is, critically important for people to not have to, take their disease states elsewhere and have to go through, all the turmoil of traveling to see a specialist elsewhere.
The closest center actually who can actually do ear surgery and do the service that I provide here at the Group Health would be in Toronto. In fact, I've been now receiving a lot of patients from Sudbury, Northern Ontario, even up to Timmins. They come here to have the services done here. I would like to thank actually the community here in the Sault Ste. Marie for generous support. Without actually the support of the community here, I could have not even came here.
All the equipment that we have, they're able to do our diagnostics and treatments really came from the generosity of the community. And without the generosity of the community, we just couldn't do what we do. We're obviously very thankful to the Group Health Center, to the foundation, and to the generosity of this community for providing us with what we need to practice on a daily basis to provide that really high level care.
Thank you.